Hey everybody, welcome back to our weekly show of Sunstriders, our FFG slash Edge Studios Star Wars role-playing game campaign, where we are currently on Phase 2, Episode 27. We will be swapping over to our other set of characters, as our first group has achieved their goal as of last week's session. So we'll be changing POVs, hopping back in time a little bit, and playing out the events that are happening on the home front at Point Riptide, our effective home base slash city, as well as the Sunstrider Academy itself. Last week, speaking of, last week our party successfully hid from a shuttle that dispatched from the Ascendant, a very ratty old Arquitens class command cruiser piloted by Acevlo's crew. Acevlo being a Chiss captain admiral, leading finally a sort of perhaps maybe imperial remnants of sorts. Not that that fits exactly perfectly, but close enough for our needs. And we were able to, our party was able to successfully hide from the crew as they searched for them. And as the crew landed and began cutting open the vault where the party retrieved the Spear of Souls, we went out and confronted them, talking to Captain Acevlo over a holo communicator. In short, Acevlo demanded Lawrence, our young Chiss, youngling of the Academy, to effectively join his crew. Which didn't go over too well, naturally. With Lawrence's denial and obviously the party's reluctance to hand him over to supposedly maybe a adversarial party, Acevlo ordered that landing party to seize them. A quick scuffle broke out, and our party emerged victorious. Stole the shuttle. Had a couple deep talks between a few of the party members on the way home, for linking up with G2E and the Justicar, before Appa had a vision of the split deities of his home planet and moon, sort of giving him a quick rundown of Arutafua waking, a quick warning on his deities being sundered versions of themselves, able to barely maintain brief moments of lucidity. After that, Appa spilled his backstory guts, finally, for the first time.
By the way, guys.
To great success. Yeah. And that was where we left off that party. So we're gonna jump over, and of course we'll do a quick character intro as well. Actually, before we do our session question, so we'll start from the bottom left. Dom, would you please refresh us all on who you're playing?
Oh, Jupy. So I'm playing Jupy, a Trugruda from Point Riptide, cousin to Sokan, and nephew to Oziad. Jupy is 18, 19 years old, don't really matter, same shit. Battle engineer, who is a part of the, what's our enforcer?
X4, the Expeditionary
X4
Force.
was a part of X4. When he is not helping maintain defenses around Point Riptide or messing with X4 missions, he does spend time at the Sunstrider Academy.
All right. Chris.
Hey, playing Shokan Granal, son of Oziad and cousin to Jukeby. We got the whole family. 14 years old, sneaky little asshole, current student in the Sunstriders Academy.
Very
The
good.
Gruta, of course.
Very good. Will.
I'm playing Call Gassan. His family was basically shipwrecked here, joined Point Riptide. He eventually also joined the not Sunstriders, but Sunstriders Academy, and was taught in the ways of the Force, which he was already pretty familiar. I mean, not familiar, but he had some run-ins with it before. But this basically just solidified everything for him and allowed him to grow. And he tried to act as a peacekeeper and what do you call it? All around helpful figure for Point Riptide is basically what he was trying to go for.
And
yeah.
what species is Call?
Fuck, you're gonna make me open up my character sheet because
Indeed, I am.
He is a cool guy. His face looks like a fanny. Carestrian. There we
He
go.
is a Korean. So if you're curious about that, and go watch Phase 2, Episode 20. Big deal with the Koreans and calls people that he's kind of left behind. Garrett.
Yep, and I'll be playing Oziad, grizzled old Togruta, who's the, I guess, one of the leaders of X4.
The
Father to the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeesh. The leader of X4, father to Sokon. And he's dabbled in the Sunstrider Academy, although his focus lies more with the people of Point Riptide.
Very good. No, cannot join us tonight. So this is what we'll be rocking with. So, with that, so 3 family members plus Call, the weird uncle, if you will. And you got what color you guys want to do today? Yellow, green, or blue?
Yeller.
Yellow.
Right. The yellow is your dreams is the category.
Ooh.
So let's see.
I didn't have the foresight to like write down what color we pull every week.
Good. You know, I don't want you to game the system anyways.
But I want to see what all of them do.
I know. Don't worry. I'll be using these for a long time. I really like these.
They've been really cool so far.
Yeah, they actually have been. They've been quite useful. That's the ultimate RPG campfire card deck, by the way, in case you're curious. So, session question for today is, what object would you like to own someday? And what makes it appeal to you?
I'll go first.
All right, call, please.
Call wants to one day have a lightsaber. That's something that he's kind of coveted up to this point, just because he feels that it's a true symbol of not only his commitment to the Sunstriders, but also the Force.
Very good, very good. Symbolizes his commitment. Very good, very good. And Call, go ahead and roll your destiny points. And you have 2 force rating on Call, so roll 2 and pick which one you'd like.
What was the question again?
Ooh.
Oh shit, well I guess I gotta go with Dark Side.
The question is, what object would you like to own someday? And why does it appeal to you? Or what makes it appeal to you? Same difference. And go ahead and popcorn read us, if you would be so kind, Call.
Dom.
What would I want?
Also, call Ozia will be starting at fresh wounds and strain, so you can
No, I
knock
did-
those
I did
down if you haven't
recently.
already.
Got it. Jukeby would want a ship big enough to take everyone on a Point Riptide and the fuck out of here. And it's significant because he wants to get out of here, like a lot of people. Actually, Jukeby wants a DeWalt XR Impact Driver 38-bit.
I'm sure he already has one. I've seen your
He's got the
inventory
Makita
sheet.
version.
All right, Jupy, go ahead and roll your destiny point. All right,
Hey,
and go ahead and popcorn us over.
Chris.
Perfect. SOCON would love to own a Nubian J-type 327 starship. He's seen plenty of hollows from some guy named Drell that used to help out with the crew of the Riptide. You know, communications logs and stuff like that. Caught his interest. Loved it. He wants it so he can travel the galaxy in luxury and style with the freedom to go wherever he wants.
Galaxy and luxury, luxury and style. That pesky drill, man.
Did it
All
work?
right, it did, yes.
Okay.
And
I will,
Garrett.
of course, take one.
Yeah. I think. Is there a what you call it? Any kind of like just? I'm thinking like nice like bed sheets, like Corellian silk
Ooh.
bed sheets.
Oh, well, of course.
I'm thinking. Yeah, like Oziad hasn't had a good night of sleep since crashing on on Femar.
The older you get, it's the simple things in life, man.
Hey, isn't that right? Ain't that the fucking truth, man? Ain't that the truth? So Oziad's been here a while, man. So one of the few party members we have that from these groups that, you know, has perhaps fond memories of extragalactic life or extra Femar life. All right, very good.
And,
I feel that too.
nice.
I be getting hyped up, putting jersey sheets on my bed.
I love a jersey sheet, man. All right, so let's go ahead and set the scene, shall we? So during, whenever we were deciding on the split, Operation Skim Racer, our last little arc that we went through with Nox, Savo, Gazir, Appa, and Balan, plus Lawrence, he snuck away. It was a interesting split because we had information come in that a supposed army was gathering and planning to attack Point Riptide. It seems that the location of Point Riptide in the Academy became well known enough to other interested parties, particularly the Shell Strikers and perhaps smaller groups of Corestians and perhaps the Brothers of the Waves as well, specifically Kithrax. And that information made it a little bit tight. So we will go ahead and jump in to the council chambers, not the private chambers where the communications between the Riptide Council happens, but the more social commune, give information out to the people of Point Riptide in general. And there's some other information that has been happening that you guys have become more privy to, specifically this morning. So I'll say that we're out there, about 1 o'clock, a little bit afternoon, earlier afternoon. So Oziad, you get pretty much all of the reports of what is to do and happening around Point Riptide, especially through the lens of X4, comes across your desk. And even though you guys are a relatively small population, it doesn't mean you have any lack of paperwork or anything like that. And on top of that, you guys have been very busy, pretty much running triage and X4 with our skimmers, has been helping out with the relief efforts in closer Fomorian communities as the waters have been retreating, helping them, evacuate Fomorian cities and things like that from the assaulting shell strikers. So things have been busy. However, something, Ozia, that you have been dealing with, contending with, is the increasing lack of usability of the tide runners, specifically with the water level continually reaching out. It is getting harder and harder to keep them A, afloat, and B, have them close enough to be of use. So you guys are having to trek out and keep the tide runners moving, keep them deeper out in the water. So it's getting harder and harder to keep them active and usable. So one of your most recent executive orders, if you will, one of your most recent commands, has been to try and scout this northwestern area of this little sort of island chain, mini continent that Riptide and the Academy are on, because of the information of the supposed army gathering there. And the most pressing report that came back all but confirms that information for you. Scouts don't have exacting numbers, but they can confirm that it does consist of shell strikers as well as their battle crabs. It doesn't look like they have any other heavy cavalry of the sorts, but Oziad has had a close run-in with a battle crab before, and they're not to be taken lightly. And on top of that, there definitely are companies of Corestians tied in as well. And last but not least, reports of a rather large Fomorian entrenched in the back of the formation reach your desk as well. Rather large being, of course, roughly 16 foot tall. So cross-referencing that information, you assume that at least one of the brothers may be entrenched in this oncoming force. The other thing, as the oceans have receded, a very strange thing has been happening. A lot of the ocean beds, especially with recent storms, have become teeming with life. Weird fauna weird flora has been erupting out of the seabeds, looking very similar to the seaweed and things like that you guys have been farming. but other stranger life forms that are unfamiliar to you guys have sprouted up, effectively making some of this land that this encroaching force will have to pass, and around Riptide as well, into a sort of shortened seaweed jungle. The canopies of some of these larger stalks are only about 20 foot tall, so it's not, they haven't reached, but they are growing by the day. And it is something that all of the people, yourself included, that have been on or been marooned on Femar have never seen before. And last but not least,
Jesus.
last but not least, the schoolhouse and some of the greater scientific minds, pupils and co-workers and cohorts of the late Dr. Gregory have finally made a breakthrough in finding a way to keep Point Riptide off the reliance of the fusion generator that had a under 2-decade lifespan left on it now that the ship was no longer mobile. And lo and behold, it comes from the Gorshan feeders that a lot of the Riptide Council wanted to simply be done with after they had found their way into your algae farms and were feeding on the algae earlier in this campaign. But with that, it has been discovered, and some of this might go over Oziad's head. He's an intelligent guy, but a lot of this is like scientific full paper speak.
Mumbo jumbo.
Right, mumbo jumbo. But the short of it is that after the Gorshan feeders were hitting, not necessarily full size, but like adult size, and more than one of them, the one that was pregnant as well as a few others have arrived. But it seems that once they hit their sort of some certain size marker, they begin giving off bioelectric pulses. And after further study, we have been able to construct little machines that work in unison with them, and with a little bit of help from the academy to be like, hey guys, we're going to let you, have this free food that we're growing if you, touch your tentacles to these machines every now and again. But effectively is letting us have a little bioelectric synthesis, separating the salinity from the seawater and using those reactions to generate power.
Ooh.
Which is great. However, the algae farms, to Oziad's understanding, are certainly not the most defensible location, considering they are far out of the bounds of Point Riptide itself and some of the communities that have been cropping up in the last decade or so. So, those are the three big things that have changed on the landscape around Point Riptide. And as you guys are all sort of standing back behind the pulpit, the crowd of civilians out in front, the voice of the council, Halleck Urson, older human male, in case you guys don't remember. But is the one giving the speech and is relaying all this information to the population at large. So, first things first, I'll say first things first. We'll just hop right into it. He finishes his spiel, and he actually sort of opens his chest up sideways to the little pulpit that's up there and gestures to you, Oziad, and says, and now, a quick update and perhaps other important information from X4 Commander Oziad Granal. You know, a little golf clap. Crowd gives you a little golf clap. You know, people know you. You're a figurehead of the community. I'd say Oziad's probably more well liked than not.
You'll reluctantly walk up to the pulpit and give him like a slightly too hard tap on the back. Thanks, Halleck.
Of course, of course.
Hey there, everybody. I mean, I know we're gonna have some tough days ahead of us, but I just want to assure you all that we are working tirelessly as much as we can to try to keep as much as possible in our hands. I'm not the greatest at public speaking, but I just wanted to try to reassure you that we've been in this together for a while now, and that's how it's going to stay. Thank you.
And, you know, a couple of small claps start happening, but towards the front, sitting on like the front row, old, bald human, like horseshoe bald, white hair on the sides, a little bit flabbier now, but you remember him from back in the day as part of the Riptide's original boarding party and landing force from the good old days. Ball Shadian, the mining representative of the council, as well as a former Rebel Alliance shock trooper, hollers up to you. Word's been coming around about this encroaching army. What are our plans to defend the town? And a hush kind of goes over the crowd as if it's been on their minds.
There we go. Sorry. We have our intel teams out collecting. We're still in the process of formulating a plan, but I mean, kind of just like looks at like all the people behind him. Listen, it may seem a little daunting, we could say, but we cannot forget that we have allies here. We've got in contact with the Fomorians, and if all else fails, we have X4 and we have the Academy. Can't forget that.
Go give me a leadership check real quick. Average check, 2 purples.
All right. Make 2 success, 1 threat.
All right, 2 success, 1 threat. So you hear a little more of a positive murmur kind of go through the crowd a little bit. But Ball is not quite. You know, he gives you a little tight-faced nod. Commander, this might not be my place, but if that force is truly coming, we need to open up the armory and arm these civilians. I know we've been stingy with our arms and ammunition in the past, but it seems like if this is it, we might as well burn it all up while we have it.
You know, Ball, I'm inclined to agree with you. the numbers aren't in our favor. If we're gonna pull through this, we're gonna need every able-bodied man, woman to help out. So I say, yeah, let's do it.
And that gets and you can pick this out because it's a bunch of people that you've served with now a lifetime ago. All the old heads that are now like 45, 50, 60 years old. All like the surviving original rebel members that were stationed on the Riptide kind of bring up like this raucous cheer. Something is alight in them. Something that they've buried, locked away, John Wick style, in the basement of their lives. Not thinking that they would need to, fight against tyranny or fight another battle ever again. All right. Let me take this note real quick.
And as Oziad walks out away from the pulpit, just kind of mutters to himself, Griffin hate politics.
3 seconds.
Alex sort of squeezes your tricep a little bit as you walk by. Oh, it's not so bad, friend. You get used to it. You just have to spend more time behind the pulpit.
Well, yeah, that's it.
All right. So after that he'll walk back up to the pulpit. And of course, thank you all for coming again. I know this has been on short notice, but with Commander's blessing, please return to your homes. We will organize allocation of arms. Any with prior military duty will, of course, have priority. So please return to your homes. A summons will go out shortly through our messengers. Thank you. And the grumbles, the chatter kind of commences as people begin filing back out through downtown of Point Riptide, and kind of return back to their semblance of life.
Sorry, I gotta put my phone to charge.
Hey, go ahead.
About to die.
All right, now, with our group here, I'll say that we'll go ahead and retire to the actual mediation chambers of the council, where before our trip to the Corestians, there was a attempted poisoning of Master Savo and a few other council members. And I will say
it was crazy.
Yeah, I will say that it is pretty much just you four. And I will go ahead and pivot towards Jukeby real quick. Jukeby, we are part of the building crew, if you will. Sapper specialization of X4. What have we been doing in our time home to prepare?
So I definitely remember making the fortalice in the front, and essentially like a secondary, smaller fort in front of our main gate. It was like a Roman tactic type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And mostly improving upon what we currently have. Making sure walls are straight, reinforcing the main gate, identifying flank points if they would try to encircle Point Riptide. We do have a wall that circles the entirety of the inner of the colony, but also finding enough space for like all of our evacuees when everybody comes in from the field and everybody comes in from out. Where are we going to keep people? Where are we going to keep the kids? Trying to be as tacked up as possible. And
Now,
I'd say his, if he had a special focus on anything, it would be reinforcing the main gate.
oh, right. Very good. Very good. Is Jupy necessarily worried about these
Absolutely.
recent developments?
He would want everything to be made out of a Durasteel dome.
And I would say that you have probably been the lead of this. I don't think anybody's probably as good as you whenever it comes to defensive construction. So you've probably been at the head of these efforts, and you have probably lobbied and fought for requisitions from Riptide itself, which is pretty much about as skeletonized as you can get for a capital ship. But there are still parts. You know, they've tried to keep it at like 30% of the frame, and you have been lobbying to be able to take more of this plating and patch it, spatch it, just parch it, and use it in more what you have lobbied for, more critical junctures. So what I would like you to do real quick, Jupy, is go ahead and give me a mechanics check. I'm going to go ahead and give you a boost die on this. And this will just be, I'm going to say an average check, but I am going to flip one. So a red and a purple.
You're flipping them things early.
Got to.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I don't get to see the roll.
2 success, 3 advantage.
2 success, 3 advantages, yes. Okay, so with that, so with your 2 successes, I'll say that Jupy has pretty much got carte blanche on a lot of stuff, and has been working hard not only with requisitioning some of the miners from their jobs to come over and use physical labor to actually put hands on with hydro spanners and arc welders and stuff like that to get these defenses set up. But with 3 advantages, this is effectively going to be a ace in our pocket here, a little ace up our sleeve. So with 3 advantages, what is something that Jupy, a wild hair idea that Jupy was able to construct for this potential defense of Riptide?
I think this might affect my morality.
It's only doing it whenever it affects your morality. It's only using it. It's only using it.
What about some spring-loaded palisades? Some spring-loaded spears in the fucking ground, like it's
Oh my.
Vietnam.
So some old pitfall trap.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Very good. Very good. And I would assume that's been in the spare time he's had. Now, location-wise, well, you know what? I will save. I won't force you onto a location right now because we're talking about it being our ace up our sleeve. So keep that aware.
It's wherever they need to be.
Exactly. Keep that
Extra.
aware. Keep that aware. And if you see a moment where you want to impose this, let me know. Gotcha. Okay. Call. What has Call been up to with the recent information that a attack is perhaps imminent on his new home?
He's been doing a lot of reflecting, but also he's been riding some of the big cats around the area and surveying and kind of planning and plotting kind of trying to get an idea of like where a good defense would be for us to set up, and then also any possible choke points or weak points that the enemy might try to attack, because he is also familiar with the enemy.
Ooh, okay, okay. Oh, go ahead and give me a vigilance check. And I want you to go ahead and add 2 boost dice for me. Because we're using the big cats. Big fan. And you're right. Part of this force is people that you are very familiar with. Difficulty here. I'll say it's 2 as well. Let's keep it rocking steady. Average check as well.
All right. Interesting.
Okay. So 1 failure, 4 advantages. So just like Dom, the more you scout, and you've been in call, you've been able to confirm that these like mini jungles have been sprouting up out of this dried ocean bed now, and it is making like old maps that you guys had or like former paths that you guys have used, maybe a little bit more dangerous now that some of these thinner strips of land have turned into kind of natural choke points with this thick foliage on both sides. So the more you look, the more uncertain you get of where exactly they could come from or what their main route might be, just because of how overwhelming it is.
Disappointing.
But up that same alley, that's 4 advantages. So same thing we did with Jupy. We'll have a little ace up our sleeve for the defense. What would you like that to be?
I did notice that there is one passageway that could be a obvious hindrance to our defenses. It's kind of like a what do you call it? It almost like a valley that leads closer into Point Riptide, but I also noticed that after a certain point during the day, the tide comes up enough to where it floods that entire area.
Okay. Okay, very good. And last but not least, so God,
Yeah.
what have we been up to, man?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking Shokan probably been sneaking out past the defenses that we have set up as of now. Maybe trying to get a peek of the army. Maybe trying to, I don't know.
Well, this is
Maybe-
still speculatory. There wouldn't be an army out.
I mean,
already.
yeah, but you know, I wanna get a good look at what we're looking at. What kind of equipment, if any, what kind of monsters these guys are riding on. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
Same thing. And we're kind of up the same alley here with call, so I'll make it a hard difficulty. 3 purples.
All right. Yeah.
All
Let's
right,
go.
1 success, 2 advantages. So, Khan, you have been sneaking out. And I'll say this: late one night, the moon's out. I will say that you get far enough out that you spot what you think might be an advanced scouting party one night, probably 3-4 days ago. Now you're well past the barriers of like the algae farms and everything like that. But they, you make a couple connections. You think about how like the X4 has been like kitted out. They're a little bit lighter armored. They don't have any crabs or anything like that. They're doing their best to move light, and you think that they make camp at one point in time. It's just 3 of them, and it is a group of 3 Fomarians. And I'd say with that success, it does look like they're trying to chart paths that they could fit, or trying to chart paths through this new growth jungle.
Okay.
So 2 advantages. Yeah, I would say 2 advantages. This might not mean much to Sokan, but I would say he probably sees, 24 glares of campfires way out towards the horizon, past this new growth jungle out to the northwest.
Okay. Fomarian camps only?
The one that you actually were close enough to see was 3 Fomarians, a scouting party.
Okay. All right. Might find a way to tell Dad about that.
Well, good news. You guys are in the mediation chambers right now, just the 4 of you.
Perfect. How do I say this without getting in trouble?
So our primary hold up on the front of the gate here, we can hold here until break, and we have secondary positions about 45 yards deep from the gate. We've refortified some of the houses, that way we can get up onto the roofs and hold a second line.
That's good. Just like furiously like rubbing his forehead.
It's just we don't know how many.
Yeah, I mean, we could send a scout party, but it's just too dangerous, I think.
What I believe we should do is try to focus on a worst case scenario in terms of numbers.
What, they bring 5,000 and we just get wiped? What?
Well, no. The reason why I say this is if we can prepare for a force much larger than what they might possibly bring, it'll prepare us for any sort of situation, is kind of what I was getting at.
We don't know what they can muster.
What if
Oh, hey, Soka.
what if we knew where they were gonna come from?
That would be fantastic.
Well, I suppose they're going to be coming from their homes.
What if hyperdrives came out of trees? I mean,
Well, I mean, I just...
If my mother
what
had
if-
2 hover receptacles, she'd be
I mean, but like, what if someone went out there and saw where their scouts were at, and where they were making camp, and maybe see where the path was that they were, near.
Duke just looks at the ceiling.
I mean, you'd have to send somebody pretty brave to go do that.
yeah, I mean, that'd be
Paul
real
stands up,
dangerous.
pops out his chest.
You're right.
Well, I mean, I might have an idea of like where they could be thinking about coming from. I'll just I assume there's some kind of battle map somewhere in this room.
I would say, now you guys probably is like a physical one. Considering we probably haven't had any aerial view of anything in a while.
Somebody's old Warhammer set.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'd say we probably have a sweet physical battle map rolled out.
I'll walk over there and as nonchalantly as possible be like, like right here. This looks like where they might be at, scouting.
That's a rock.
I'd like to do the parent thing where you just kind of get down and like look at them. Really.
Stare at you long enough and see if you break.
Oziad, of course, go ahead and give me a perception check. And I'm going to upgrade yours, so add another yellow. And and Sokon, go ahead and give me a cool check, actually.
Ooh. I hate that you said that.
What, like simple check?
It'll be against Sokon's cool.
That'll be 2 purples.
All right.
And I'm rolling against.
No, you don't roll. We'll just
Okay.
we'll let Oziad roll it.
That'll be 3 successes.
So
Kind of like look. Squints.
So the forbearing weight of parental perception falls upon you, Sokon, as you're nonchalantly trying to bring up your previous, or a few nights ago, previous encounter.
You've been sneaking out.
Yeah.
Eyes.
I have my lucky sticks with me. They didn't
No,
see
Will
me.
not protect you, youngling.
They didn't see you. You're sure?
I mean, if they would have seen me, they would have caught me or chased me.
You know what, Sokon? I'm proud of you. Took initiative, courage, and we kind of need that right now.
You mean it, Dad?
Oh my god.
All right, well, enough of that now.
Juke B has his mouth wide open, like
Jimmy's jaws on the table.
And I will, of course, as soon as I get the slightest modicum of approval from my dad, I'll shoot into a long rant about everything I saw. The exact place they were, their numbers, what kind of weapons they had,
So, Sokon, as soon as you're like nearing the end of your diatribe, Thuna walks through the gate, gear looking, a little bit worse for wear, a little bit muddy, a little bit disheveled, a little bit. Commander, good news. Doing a little bit of scouting. It seems like I found one of their advanced scouting parties, like a camp or something like that. I mean, it was pretty. And as she's talking, her eyes fall over to the table where Sokon is putting like little twigs and rocks and stuff up as little markers, and it looks like they were right about. Did somebody bring this information to you already? I just got in this morning.
You guys should put me in X-Force.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we had a bit of unsanctioned scouting. Pat Sokon's head.
I'm cheesing it up, dude.
Hey, she fucking slaps the shit out of you, like base your neck, top of your shoulders. Attaboy, kid! All right. Hey, we might as well, Commander, we might as well get the kid a uniform. What are we waiting on? I mean, his shot's not good. He can't drive one of the runners. He can't stay quiet for more than 15 minutes.
That's not true.
Why not? Yeah, with all that in mind, of course. I mean, hey.
Yeah, you got a point.
So whenever you say that, she looks to Juke B. Jigby, she gives you like the high Rhodian eyebrow. Like, is something wrong with? Is Ozad sick? All right, well, okay. All right, well. Well,
I mean, yeah.
Tide Runners, I mean, you know that we've talked about this already, but I mean, we're talking about almost a mile trek to get to water now from the base. So most of the like now we can't even run them up to the algae farms anymore. So our our travel times are jumping up pretty astronomically as the days go by. So if we're wanting to be in position, I mean, we're probably going to want to start mustering and moving defenses as soon as we can. Because, the dozen Tide Runners probably, I'm thinking we can go ahead and count those out for any defensive measures as of now.
Maybe a an escape pod sort of situation, if worst comes to it.
If we have to desert Point Riptide, we could probably run to the algae farms or one of the other islands for a moment.
That's not a
They
bad
chase us, of course, but it'd buy us some time. I don't know how well they swim compared to our Tide Runners.
Well, I know we've been conserving the repulsors on those too. So, I mean, if it's an escape, no need to hold back and wait on the sails. We can just fire them up, and no matter how well they swim, we should have the up on them. Well, Commander, give the word, and I'll get the Tide Runners set up into a fallback position.
Yeah, let's get it set up. Any idea timetable wise? Is it days?
Oh, it should be less than that. I'd say 12 hours. I'll have to check the mission sheet, but everybody should be home relatively shortly.
All right, let's make it happen.
Stands tall, gives you a little salute, and rolls on out.
I'm gonna pull Sokan aside
Oh boy.
for a second. Now listen, you're a member of X4 now. So, I mean, if I give you an order, no need to salute right this second. But if I give you an order, you got to follow it. Understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, Dad.
Now, I don't know what's gonna happen, but we got to keep the people of Riptide safe. We got to keep you and your mom safe. But you'll do fine. We'll tap on the shoulder and we'll regroup.
I've been practicing with the masters at the academy. They say I'm probably the best with the practice sticks that there is.
Fucking liar.
Yes. I also I still have your blaster pistol.
Well, I mean, still got this one. And he pulls his blaster shotgun. This is from like the sling. So why don't you hold on to that? X4 member needs a sidearm. You know how to work it, right? I showed you the safety.
Yeah, I've been practicing on some of the Nexu cats.
Oh my!
Stun
no.
setting. Stun setting.
Big cats.
Still,
Big cats.
Oh, big cats.
Holy shit!
Only the stun setting.
All right, Tarzan.
Take the gun away from the kid right now.
Uh,
Man, I'm trying to find the name of the cats in the note. I can't find it though.
I swear they were Nexu cats, because didn't Cliff bring one with him? Or we had one on the Riptide?
They weren't Nexu, but or I don't think they were. Maybe they were. I don't remember.
I know he had adopted one. And
He
we
did,
left it
yeah.
at Drell's for a while.
Well, I think he stayed. I think he was on. Yeah, I think he was on
that's
the
true.
Dantooine for a while, for the rest of its natural life. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and say this. Ozad, you're probably required for partitioning of firearms and things of that nature, so you probably have to take care of that first in town. But that is good news, because we will be using the mass combat rules today, which is very exciting. Haven't quite had to use those in a while, or I don't know if I've ever had a chance to use them. But that will upgrade our dice check for our guys for being, well armed. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what movie it's from, but like Oziad's just like next to the table of weaponry, and like there's like a queue of people, and he just grabs one, like does a quick crash course, like, all right, stun setting, kill, trigger, hands it over. It's like, just doing that.
And the good news is it's nice because you don't have to do it for a lot of the guys on the first, and a lot of these are like old A280s, so they are. We're handing out Mosins and stuff like that, comparatively, or we're handing out like top handle M16s. That's probably more appropriate. But the guys that are all still in good enough shape, or even the ones that aren't in good enough shape, that were former actual fighting members, are first in line, and they are. Spirits actually seem kind of high. Whenever they're getting the old weapons that they previously used back. So, but lo and behold, by the time the line finishes, there are a couple towards the end that you pretty much have to turn away. The Riptide was not a fully staffed ship at any point in its life, as long as you guys were owned it, and that has changed. But I would say our active fighting force, we can go ahead and mark it down at about 120.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Objective, survive, dude.
It's a good thing I've got a bomb.
Now that's just that's the civilians. That's not counting X4 and our actual purpose built. Everybody else. That only puts us up to 150. But that's.
And how many would Oziad know? How many people with lightsabers are still at Riptide, if any? Is it any?
I
don't think.
I would say I think it is June.
Mm-hmm.
Timjin, no.
That's right. I lost. He had lost it.
Correct. Yeah, his crystal sacrificed itself for him. Very cool. Anra. I think that's it. I think that's it.
Oh. It'll have to work.
Do we have a rough estimate of their force size?
Not necessarily.
Oh,
You had seen something like what, like 12 campfires?
Somewhere from 12 to 24, yeah.
Jeez.
All right. Well, with that in mind, do you guys want to stop by the academy before heading to the farms and first incursion point? Okay.
Let's see what our child soldiers are up. I mean, academy students are up to.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, hey, we'll jump over and we'll get a sweet side walking cut, of course, of you guys heading back over.
the Beatles Abbey Road.
Exactly. And I gotta change it to River Bends.
Love it. This was, I
Yes.
think this was one of my top songs on Spotify Wrapped.
Oh yeah, I'd be using this one. All right. So, as you guys show up, normally, if as we remember, usually there's a lot of daily stuff going on. A lot of the younglings, pair or not necessarily pair off, but group off with some of the older ones and whatever masters are on duty, and go out and do their individual learnings or things like that. But the academy itself now is a bustle of activity. It does not look like they have been far from the grounds, if at all. One of the first things that you guys notice as you round like the wall to the common area or to the main courtyard where the Bafor tree is that it has grown even more. And not only that, but it has sprouted and flowered. These beautiful, beautiful sort of red-blue gradient flowers have bloomed and opened, and petals have begun, falling on the stone and ground beside it. But it is like the full, canopy of the tree. So whereas, it was branches and, a little bit of growth, now it actually looks like a fully encapsulated tree now. And, as the roots have grown, it's kind of pushed up a few of the stones and things like that around it, making a little uneven ground next to it. I would say as focused as everybody is on whatever training is going on, Timjan's up front leading, little kata effectively, basic forms and things like that. There is certainly a tense air, like they are aware that we're focusing on something to not have to think about something else.
Who's leading right now?
Timjan's up front leading.
Nice. I'll run up to him and say, Master Timjan, thanks for letting me hang out with my dad.
So you run up past 20 students.
Yes.
And he's full step, arm through the flow. Oh. Return to center. So, Khan, you know better
Yes,
than to
ma'am.
interrupt me while I'm leading my lesson.
Well, it looked like you were done.
Momentary dismissal, students.
Uh-oh.
Everybody just kind of pairs off, mosey around, head back to the dorm.
So, Con, how many times I gotta tell you not to interrupt my kung fu?
Well, what news do you have for us?
I saw a scouting party. I saw exactly where they were, even before the official X-Force scouts saw it.
Your skills lead you well. Now, perhaps we talked about this. Maybe we need to recenter ourselves and try not to be so brash in our actions. Did you have any backup?
Well, I had my blaster pistol, and some of the big cats were around.
Here, levitate this rock until I say you're done.
He's gonna sit there and do the fucking.
He's gonna walk past you and the other. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Timjan. How goes,
Oh.
What'd you say?
Oh, just greeting everyone. Any news from the front?
Yeah, we got a few things. Movement. The time is ticking closer.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just shoot straight with you because that's the best thing I know how to do. How much help are you expecting from us?
I mean, I'd expect as much as you can give.
Well, it's June, Ed, and myself. You pretty much got our one tower with you right now already with Call. I mean, everybody else is still really green as yeah. Green as a baby Bormu's horn.
Oh, yeah. But that's all we got. You got to make do with what you got.
You're right. And let me tell you, I've been meditating. In the time that we have, conversing with Ed and with June. We think that, since we're a little bit more south of Point Riptide, could be fallback point. But, I mean, if what we've been doing here has been spread about, which we're thinking that it has, we might be a bigger target for this force than Point Riptide itself.
Out of character question.
Yes.
Does the Academy have any kind of walls defenses?
Not really. I mean, they have their own structure that they've built, but it's definitely not defenses. It's certainly more, temple than anything. Yeah. Now, of course, the courtyard is rather large and has, walls all the way around it. So certainly would be a choke point at its, at its basest self.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's hope it doesn't come to that, but if it does, it's good to have a few backup plans.
That's what I was thinking. So I'll be coming with you. And, you know, Ed had most of these kids originally. So he has the best rapport with them. So he's going to stay and, you know, keep his interim going on. And I think that they'll respond well to him in an emergency. And I think it's probably best to leave Joom as well, just in case we have a surprise attack or this is all some kind of sick trick to be a distraction to get us to look away for a brief moment.
But
Sounds
can't
like-
Master Joom kill a bunch of people with his lightsaber?
Hey, didn't I say levitate that rock till I said I was done? That means focusing. That means no talking. He turns back. I mean, the kid's right, though. I mean, outside of that, but he's also a great coordinator. And I think that in an emergency, that's probably more important. No matter what, yes, these kids have developed, but they're very few, if any, have ever had to use any of their skills under duress. So there's no telling what will happen if it comes to that. So I think evacuation is running is first. So where's our first fallback point? I guess is what I'm asking.
We're going to be rendezvousing toward the Tide Runners.
Yeah, I think so. We have some stationed. I mean, it's about a mile through the low tide shore.
All right. Well, I'll let Joom and Ed know then, and I'll grab my stuff. We can be on the way. All right, so Con, go ahead and roll your force die for me.
I'm using it.
All right, you levitate the rock.
Let's go.
You're like, yes, man. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh my god, I can't wait. Oh, this is gonna be so awesome. This is like all the stories they told us about. Oh, this is gonna be great. All right. And then walks over, snatches it out of the air from you. Hey, real quick before you leave, Wolves was looking for you. He's in the door.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. I'll run off to the dorm real quick. See what my buddy Walls is up to. How old is he?
Man, how old did I make Wolf? Well, he's young. I think he's 8. He's 17 or 18, I think.
Oh,
Thorian, he's young.
Yeah.
So his big ass self is doesn't have a frame on the bed, so he's just in his 2 sewed together sleeping bag sort of rags over there on the ground. Looking through a couple data pads, spread out around him.
Hey, Walls. Master Timjen said you were looking for me. What's up?
Oh,
man?
hey, Shokan. Yeah, he looks over his shoulders, sees if anybody's really paying attention. Which there's a smattering of people in here resting. So he leans in. He's not a good whisperer, naturally. Hey, have you seen Lawrence?
I don't think so. I guess I really wasn't looking for him,
Oh,
but
have you heard from him?
no.
Oh.
He's not here?
No, I'm sure he is somewhere.
I'd like to do a perception check.
You don't need a difference.
Where is he? Walls?
I don't know. That's why I was asking you. You know, you sneak out a lot, so I thought maybe you might have seen him doing something. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry I asked, man. It's okay. It's been kind of crazy at the academy recently. I know you've been busy with your dad in town and stuff, but whispers, they're talking about we're gonna go to war and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
It's not so hard. You just hit people with you hit people more than they hit you, and you win.
Oh,
I still have my dad's blaster pistol.
oh, cool. Are you gonna get in trouble for that?
Well, he knows, and they made me
Oh.
a member of the X-Force, so.
Oh, where's your uniform?
I don't think they had any that would fit me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So where is Lawrence?
Anyways, yeah, I have to go, man. He picks up his 3 data pads he had out,
Hold
and
on.
tries to trundle off fast.
Hey, you want to see something cool?
Yeah, no, man, I really have to go, man. That's big important stuff, right?
Okay.
Doot.
I gotta immediately go up to my dad and say, "Hey, Dad, I think Lawrence is missing."
What? What do you mean? He's not. I thought I could have sworn I saw him like 2 days ago or something.
Maybe you mistook him for some other
Yeah. No,
blue-skinned, red-eyed person in the colony.
Huh. Yeah. Now that you mention it, where is he? It's sort of like, Timjen, you seen Lawrence anywhere?
Oh, I thought he was with you.
I thought he was with you.
Well, that ain't good.
Y'all are bad guardians.
Carl, that's part of your job too, man. You're one of the most advanced ones in this group, so you have to take part in the leadership capabilities of keeping an eye on these guys.
I didn't mean to say. I didn't say that in character. You didn't hear me say the call voice, motherfucker. I was just commenting.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, it's not like him to just kind of run off.
Yeah, that is weird. Part of that Chiss trading crew did stop by, about a week ago. They mentioned him too. That's kind of weird, but I hadn't seen him. So,
You think he ran off with them?
I don't know why I would. I don't really like them. They have something fishy about them. They smell kind of like a Bormu pin in the middle of Tongs Day on a hot Tongs Day afternoon.
That must be pretty smelly, Master.
Oh, Call, you have no idea. Maybe I'll take you back one day, Call. I think you like working at Bormu. It's very calming. It's big, gentle creatures,
You always spoke very highly of the Bormu.
Oh, of course.
I'd be more than happy to be acquainted with it.
I would say probably, having my deeper connection of things for the Force probably started there. I'd say, working, understanding their meanings and natures. They can't talk. They're just big animals. So.
How do you think Bessie is doing these days?
Oh, I'm sure she's fine. Maybe she had another. She had another pupae liver. So,
What
No,
are
she-
their lifespans, honestly?
oh well,
I've been here for a while.
full grown boar moon can be about 42 years.
Oh wow.
Yep. Now, most of the time they say they taste the best about 15, so a lot of them don't make it as long. But, some people get attached. I wouldn't let them take Bessie. I wouldn't let old Mama Jen take Bessie whenever I was a kid.
It must be a great feeling to have an animal companion that you can rely on.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. It is. And sometimes they're a better sounding board than other people. You can go out there and talk, and they don't judge you or anything.
Master Savo said that you were crazy for talking to them.
Master Sabo don't know what the hell he's talking about. Maybe if he spent more time, talking to nice, fine creatures like that, maybe he wouldn't have so many damn harebrained ideas. Anyways,
Master
we gotta be
Tension
going.
does only speak wisdom.
All right, so we pick up Timjan and head back out to the algae farms, which, as you guys arrive, there's been a little bit of a change. The farms themselves, X4 has constructed what is effectively a man-made retention pond. As the waters started showing signs of receding, they effectively have made a huge, big retention pond. And
Like for swimming or for just drinking water?
For the algae farms.
Oh, I'm trying.
Yeah. And not only that, but every now and again, the water is not super deep in here. So the larger Gorshon feeders, these large, octopus type creatures, swim up to these kind of what look like turbines, effectively, and wrap a couple tentacles around them and start glowing.
Interesting.
Yeah. But as you guys are here, it seems like the majority of X4, probably about half of X4, is already here. And they seem to be making arrangements. And with that, Ozian, they will come up as you, or you muster them, I would say, probably.
Mm-hmm.
They report and start giving you a breakdown of everything and looking out. So now, naturally, you're used from here to being able to see out to the horizon, especially out towards the north and northwest. But now past the retention pond to where the ocean has receded, this huge, thick jungle growth is apparent here more than anywhere. So, Commander?
At ease.
Now, Commander, I'd like to say, not only the feeders, but a couple of the animals that stick around, especially the little Ewok fella. You remember him? We had him locked up in the brig for a little while.
Yeah, troublemaker.
Troublemaker. He's been acting real strange. He got real excited whenever the jungle popped up, so we just kind of let him run free. Burn his energy out and come back and kind of fall over in like the little bear way and just sleep. So we were letting him do that for a while. Keeping. I was better than keep him in a cage. He was starting to gnaw through the bars. He's. Him and a few of the animals are starting to get real antsy. So
That's not good.
we're seeing flocks of the gulls and a little bit of those other flying lizards start taking off in flocks, like things are spooking them a little bit deeper into the jungle. So I'm thinking we're probably needing to be 3 sheets to the wind, if you will. Probably need to be ready.
It appears that way.
Now, I was thinking, did Thuna get back to you in time for the report?
Yeah. Yeah, she did. We had a little bit of unsanctioned scouting that got here a bit quicker, so we got the jump on the intel.
Oh,
Pull
okay.
out the big paper map.
Oh, wow. We keep our own copy at the 5 over here, right?
Oh yeah, but these have the markings.
Oh, okay. All right.
Here.
Well,
here.
let's take that in there and mark them down real quick. Now, I know you're the commander here, but from our best guesses, if it's 24 campfires like we see, and that's not just a show of force, which it could always be, right? But if it's true, and we think it's, 15 guys to a campfire, 24 campfires. Not great with math, but that's a lot more than we've got mustered right now.
Oh yeah.
And not counting that, I mean, the Crestians have been hunting since whenever they landed as well, so they're a little bit more familiar with the terrain, but this jungle growth is new. I think we could use that to our advantage. I think if we try to pull on some of our old rebel tendencies and, set up a couple guerrilla strikes and, strategic fallback points, we might be able to thin out this force before they get here.
Yeah. Jupy, why don't you share that trick you were telling me about earlier? Or Ace.
Oh, the spring-loaded palisades. If we can draw these guys in, if we can click them, say 50 yards from the main gate, I can have the palisades pump directly underneath them. Now, it won't really take all of them out, but it'll definitely bog them down and injure a few of them so bad that they have to return to camp.
Now, I very much like that idea. Now, one reason why I think that would be a very beneficial strategy is any mounted units would be stopped in its tracks. I suggest any sort of booby-trapped areas that we do have, we make it look juicy, I guess you could say, to attack a melee force. They would have the perceived advantage of their mounts. They would be taken off their mounts before the melee, and then we'd be able to attack and have, the advantage while they're on the ground.
We do have reports of those battle crabs. I mean, we know that chitin is tough, but the underside's definitely a weak point. I think if we can try and lure some of that heavy cavalry up, I mean, getting the spring-loaded palisades out might be a great leveling force for that cavalry. So, making it juicy, I think maybe we take a couple forces, take a squad or two, start tracking into the jungle, see if we can bait them back. Run a few of the old rebel fallback lines, right, Commander? Hit them
Just
quick.
like the old days.
That's right. Hit them quick, fall back. And hey, the good news is the crabs don't have laser cannons on the front.
When you put it like that, sounds pretty good.
I'm sorry. I mean, you were just saying you got hit by one. I mean,
yeah.
Now, do we have the current location of their camp? where they're stationed?
We don't, but we know the smoke columns have been getting closer every night.
I suggest, why don't we make a raiding party? We attack in the middle of the night, not necessarily to win any sort of battle, but what if we attack some supplies? We could attack supplies, maybe take out some forces, and make our way out. Almost a way of beating them down while they least expect it.
Getting rid of those
Thin out their
momentum.
forces. Yep.
I like it.
You know,
Have to be a small group though.
some of the old guard is starting to itch again, Commander, so I think you would have no shortage of participants. No shortage of volunteers.
Yeah. I'd say let's go for it. Anything to put them on the back foot.
Very good. So, what do you want to? You want to take a squad? You want to take 8?
I think, yeah, that sounds good.
And I guess the real question is, as well, do you want to take Timjin as well? Do you want to leave him to continue getting the rest of the algae farm prepped and prepared?
Yeah, I think so.
To which part? Take him.
To joining the commandos,
Okay.
we'll say.
Very good.
Rating.
All right. Well, it's definitely later in the afternoon now after traveling, so I think we can go ahead and jump to this sweet raiding party action, which will take the place of the first phase I had planned, but that's great. Raiding phase. Very cool.
I love subverting Jacob's plan.
Hey, me too.
Yes, bro.
Me too, Goat. Me too. Okay. Let's see here.
Oh, they got some good sneaky music in World of Warcraft.
Actually, I want to go with this one.
Kind of makes me want to play Civ.
So you gather your little group,
Warcraft.
and we get the sweet cut side, bandoliers getting tightened, the sweet little rebel forest caps getting tied, helmets getting tied on, gear checks, and it is definitely a more battle hardened group. Ozed is definitely a bit more of like your old blood, guys that were younger in the force whenever you guys crash landed, so now are not quite 40 but are still in good shape and have been like the backbone of your command structure, like for the majority of like X4, for like your NCOs effectively. So yes, we will have a squad of X4 soldiers with us, and we'll go ahead and get this first check underway. What is the game plan? I should ask. Are we trying to head straight through the jungle? Are we trying to skate? Like the edges? What's the game plan?
We should probably skate on the edges and then use the jungle as a point to escape. Because we're basically trying to do like a hit and run type deal.
Yeah. Like get in their camp, torch and burn, get out.
Exactly. And then escaping through the jungle would be advantageous for us because anybody that they might send after us wouldn't be able to go through the dense jungle mounted. And then also, hopefully, we make enough chaos in the camp to where, we'd be able to shake them and go through the forest.
All right, good deal. Well, somebody give me a survival check.
That might be me, cuz.
Think so.
I got 5 greens.
Jeez.
That's the Sokan.
Damn, you got 5 greens? That's actually way better than me.
Senor Sokan.
Do you have ranks? Is it a skill check or a group check?
I've got a
Yeah,
yellow
group check.
and green.
Group check.
Nice. Roll it with your skill.
What, me?
Yeah.
I thought you said you had 5 greens.
Well, yeah, it's a group check though.
Oh.
Put your yellow and 4 greens on there.
And it will be a hard check. 3 purples. And I'll go ahead and burn one of these bad boys. Give me a red and a purple. And it's at night. And you're trying to be stealthy. So give me a setback die as well.
Alright, well, I'm gonna burn one bit.
Well, dang, man. You got a yellow and 4 greens. It's only a red and a purple and a black. That's fine. I love having points.
Ooh.
It didn't
Alright.
show me on my side. Let me refresh.
Refresh. 0 successes,
damn.
4 advantages.
Wow.
Man.
But hey, not all bad. 4 advantages. So as we are trekking along into the night, you're a decent sized group, but we'll say we're probably 5 by 5 in it. Because we have what? You 4, Timgen 5 plus 8. We had 13 guys. Not a small squad by any means. But you know, these guys are well trained. They might be a little bit rusty, but they have been active members in X4, so they've been well trained, and they've been keeping, been using their skills at least a little bit. But this is brand new terrain. Like, this has not been seen before on Femar. So what looks like it might be soft might be crunchy. What looks like it might be crunchy might fold and pull away from you. So, it throws you off guard every now and again. But there is sound throughout the night, and you're thinking that you haven't quite given away your position yet. Or if anybody is around, they have not heard you yet. With 4 advantages, though, what would we like to spend those on?
I would like to be able... Well, no, I can't really use that because that sounds like more of a perception check, that deal. I was going to say...
Well, go ahead and ask, man.
Can I get a good look or sight on any sort of supplies? Anything that looks like food or anything that looks like munitions?
Well, you certainly are not at the camp yet.
Oh, we're not even... Okay, I thought we were, like, approaching the outside of the camp.
We're working our way through the jungle right now.
Okay, my bad.
No, you're good. But no, I will say this. You do pass by a spot that you guys had marked that might have been where like one of those forward camps were seen by Sokan. And you give it a quick look. It does look like somebody burned some of this flora at one point in time. They made like dug the hole out, made a little smoke cover effectively. So it does look like a very small camp might have been here, like a scouting camp at some point in time. So you think that you might be getting close.
Heard that. Can I use my my advantages to just get a boost to our next roll?
Absolutely, we'll hand 1 boost to
Okay.
the next roll. Absolutely.
Now, everyone, keep your wits about you. Even if we might seem that we have the upper hand on them, the Crustrians are very, very crafty. Be on the lookout for any sort of booby traps or any sort of alarm mechanisms that might have been rigged up.
Oh, like that one, and I'll point right in front of his foot.
Don't you do that, you son of a bitch. Giving Jay a opportunity to be like, yeah, go ahead and
Yeah, give me a vigilance check then.
Yeah.
It was more of a haha, gotcha.
So, as we continue on, This is what I'll say. As we continue to creep on, eventually, you get a quick chain of like hand signals that pass by down the line. for everybody to stop in their tracks, and everybody does real quick. You can hear what sounds like large tromping footsteps, maybe 40 feet away in the dark. And it sounds like it might be like 6 to 8 of them. And lo and behold, as we're stopping, we crouch down. Go ahead and give me a group stealth check real quick.
Let's go.
Oh, whoa.
Ooh.
I got 2 green.
3 green.
2 green.
I have 2 greens and 2 boosts.
All right. Well, the good news is the X4 guys will be making this roll.
Oh
Thank
man.
God.
Ooh.
Can I
2 boost though, you said?
yeah, and then can I use Master of Shadows once per round, suffer 2 strain to decrease difficulty of next stealth check
Sure. Yes.
by 1?
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yes, we can do that. That will work for me.
I do the little kid.
Decrease. Okay. Good.
I just realized they got rid of the spam message whenever you. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Oh baby.
Okay. So, and a bit of, well, really, a clearing appears in front of you as one of the battle crabs, one of the Shale Striker Chargers, just the crab as it looks like, sort of tromps and like smashes down some of this foliage, and it seems like it's pulling things up to its little crab mouth and feeding. And it seems like Sokan, one of the beady crab eyes, as you think it locks onto you. Now, we do have 2 advantages and a triumph. So, what do we want to use those on? And Sokan, I'll say one of the X4 guys was by you in line. It just don't move. So, what do we want to
Wait,
use our advantage and triumph on?
Did Call pass a boost from the survival check?
He did, yes.
Ooh.
Oh, let's get one more.
Ooh,
Let's get one more.
come on.
I saw 2 in there.
Oh,
No way.
Blanked it. Blanked it.
Oh man.
A triumph. Maybe a recall horn in the distance.
Not bad. Probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Probably
actually.
probably pretty good spend actually. I'll leave that up to y'all if that's what y'all want to go with.
I like that. It gives us position as well as gets us out of a predicament.
And the crab can't talk.
Exactly.
Maybe.
So yeah. So yes, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So Con, you think it's beginning to like move its claw down and like face towards you more, and is about like takes like the one step forward, and before like that front leg can touch the ground, you hear the boo 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 from deeper on in the forest, and both of its little crab eyes retract, come back up facing the other way. And then it spins and trudges back off into the distance.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
They just let those crippin' things free roam at night? What in the... Commander, what's the plan? Do we follow after it?
At an angle. Let's keep an eye. Plan continues as normal.
Well, the good news is it makes a pretty easy followable path as this massive crab's like just trudging through this under foliage.
I guess we don't need to worry about traps.
Right. Let's see. We're following the path. I don't think we really need a check. I think it'll be okay. So as we're continuing to creep forward, eventually, the thought comes into your head, wow, I wonder why we haven't seen any of these campfires yet or anything like that. But eventually the sounds of a few hundred beings rustling and moving about, and apparently sounds like breaking down camp. You guys, from even a couple of viewpoints, as we're like on this like little foliage ridge looking over, we can see that it does look like a like what was a recall horn, and it seems that they have about 5 of the battle crabs in this force.
Yeesh.
Ooh.
And you do see with since we've introduced this, you do see that the people that are like tacking them, like with their little saddles and stuff, do have these like long, thin horns attached on their belts.
I'll shimmy over to Dad. Hey, Dad, what if we got one of those horns? Do you think we could use it during a fight?
Actually, yeah, I think so. Like pull them away.
Maybe. Or call them to our side. That'd be really cool.
I mean, either way, it's positive. But how are we going to get one? And don't even say that you're going to go in there by yourself, because you're not.
I mean, I could.
No.
You guys are here.
That would be very foolish, young one.
More foolish than facing down 6 of them in a fight?
I mean, both are quite foolish.
5 of them in a fight?
Talk to your son.
Both are foolish. One is less foolish. Or should I say one is more foolish. Sneaking into a camp by yourself. With 5 crabs there. If we can maybe lure one of the horn holders out, but doing that without raising concern is going to be difficult.
Ooh. I've got an idea. Okay.
I love ideas.
Ba-ba-ba. I would like to roll my force die for misdirect.
Okay. What are we trying to do?
Oh yeah.
What are we trying to do?
Control appearance.
Okay.
And I'd like to change myself into a Fomarian if that's possible.
Well, of course.
Mm.
So I'll do that.
Now, You do have to be at short range.
How far are we?
Over the ridge, probably medium, I would say.
Okay. Wait a minute. I do have a range upgrade.
You do. Okay. And so yeah, both pips, yeah. So make yourself, and what does this look like though for you, Sokan? I'm very curious.
I don't know. So like as far as like what does the transformation look like?
Now you are, choosing yourself, and it is a target, of course. So, we're gonna roll a luck check real quick.
Luck.
Yes.
There's no such thing as luck.
There is no such thing as luck. Master Savo says it all the time.
All right. Above 10 or under 10? What do you want?
Above 10 or under 10?
Yeah, D20. What do you want? Above 10 or under 10?
I'm taking over.
All right.
Ooh!
Okay, so Sokan,
Yeah.
you look like a Fomari. The one, I would say the one furthest away from everybody else. You're a smart kid. Pick out the easiest target, right? And whenever you walk up and just get his attention, wave, however you get his attention, he looks at you and he doesn't immediately like go for his spear or his knife or anything like that. So he does just kind of look at you. He's like tacking on his saddle and everything at the time. And he does say something in Fomarian to you.
Ooh. Okay. I hang out with Gazir sometimes. He's
Sure,
in the
sure.
academy.
Sure.
I think I probably know like a word or two. Maybe like
Yeah, sure, yeah.
maybe like help. Not like an urgent help, just like, hey, come help me.
Man, boy, I bet a destiny point could really make that happen for sure.
I bet it could.
I bet it could.
And it does.
And it certainly does. So in Fomarian, you say, hey, come help real quick. Or I need help. So you said, and he kind of gives you like the weird look just for a second. And he continues talking to you, but he does like approach you a little bit. Like he ties one tack a little bit tighter and approaches you a little bit. So he's in engaged range to you. Now, if you are thinking of stealing the horn from him, it is skullduggery for sure.
Yeah.
You swipe.
I'm trying to think of a way to give myself a boost die, maybe.
Oh, okay. You want to be?
Could I
see.
like fake a trip and like maybe bump into like
the old body contact to grab?
Yeah, like
yeah.
take a step toward him, pretend like my foot got caught in some vines or something, and stumble and kind of catch myself on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, yeah, go ahead and give me your skullduggery check. It's gonna be 3 purples for their vigilance.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade one. Give me a red and 2 purples. There's 2 purples, Doug.
All right. And Togruta passive, Togruta racial is 2 boost die for unskilled checks.
You'll have to tell me, Goat.
Mm.
I can look it up real quick. Hold on.
I think it's assist gives you 2 instead of 1.
Yes,
Ah.
I think that's correct.
Okay, never mind then. All right.
Yeah, grant 2 boost dice instead of 1. Yeah.
All right. I'll upgrade mine.
Ah, attaboy, attaboy.
Let's do it. 3 success, 3 advantage. Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah.
Thank God there wasn't a threat. I had a great idea. All right, so 3 successes, 3 advantages. Man, it is. I mean, it's smooth. It's well practiced from swiping your dad's keys. But
Could never quite figure out how to start the Tide Runner, but I got
but
the
you have
keys a
the
lot.
keys. Couldn't figure out how to get it in the gear. It just it never made sense.
Well,
Just made a really loud grinding noise. I don't know what that
And Oziad's arms crossed.
is.
But you bump into him, and you think he probably berates you. He has that tone of language. But you have the little call horn like in your hand, like tucked behind your back. And if you like, with your 3 advantages, he can like wave you off like he's pissed off at you, like he's got something better to do.
I like it. I'll take it.
Okay, and you scurry back over behind the cord.
Yeah, I'll slide down and hand it to Oziad.
So, from our perspective, did he change into a Fomarian to
No.
us?
It's only one target.
Crazy little shit.
Just walked up and asked for that shit.
That was incredible.
What just happened?
I'm really good at like playing pretend, I think. I don't know. It's like you wouldn't understand.
Well, however you did it, it's kind of hard to be mad. Just turn to like the rest of the group. All right, well.
Yeah, it's Soka.
Right, we have the horn. Do we still want to try and do some sabotage?
Yeah, that's why we came here.
All right. Well, what are we trying to sabotage, as the camp is very active, as it's being broken down to probably move?
Where's their weapons tent?
Great.
I want to find their
Terrific
weapons
question.
tent, and I want to set that shit on fire.
Terrific question. Well, go ahead and give me a perception check first, I would say.
All right, buddy. You're gonna get one.
And it'll be say, give me a average check 1 setback. So 2 purples and a black.
All right. Hey,
let's
look at that, Bubba.
Fucking go.
Nice.
I want my triumph to be that not only did I find the weapons tent, but there's no one around paying attention to the weapons tent.
Ooh.
It's already
you do
tied
another
down.
shit.
Fine enough. Sure. Why not? Now, it seems like they're like self-rucking everything. Like they don't have any like wagons or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you think, Call, as you're watching, you think they might just grab all their personal gear and armaments last as they're breaking the rest of the camp down. Now, are you going alone? Or, well, we haven't moved yet, but you get a little glimpse through like the shutter, and you can see what look like some harpoon guns, spears, stuff like that on racks in one of the tents.
Oh yeah, we burning that shit down.
And how would you like to accomplish that?
Oh, that's easy. There's plenty of what do you call it? Torches and stuff. I'm assuming around the campfire. Around the camp. You just grab one of those and just toss it in there.
Easy enough. Now, last but not least, give me a stealth check, Call. Get out of there.
Heard that.
I would
You
like
got
to
it.
assist.
You can certainly. Well, how do you want to do that?
Point out a path before he goes over there. Of like, walk that way. There's less underbrush.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
It too boost die.
Very, very perceptive.
Okay. All right. Since this is their full group, it's gonna be 2 reds and a purple.
Ooh.
All right, let's get it. Boom.
Hallelujah. So, Call, you sneak over, grab a little torch, hit it on the edge of the tent, toss it in there, and before you even know what's going on, wax catcher, whole tent is licking up one side. You're like, ooh, that happened faster than I would think. So you,
Yeah. That's hard.
so you start hustle walking back, but you hear a barking command in your general direction. You offer a quick glance, and one of these shell strikers is pointing at you, and he looks very angry. So, split decision right now. 2 threats. What are we doing?
I hurry up and I tell them, quick, there's a raiding party. They went that way, and I point the incorrect position because I'm also a Corestian.
Oh.
I just say, hurry up and get command.
Okay. All right, Call, give me a deception check. All right. Okay, give me a deception check. I'm going to say it's going to be against their discipline. 2 purples. I'll go ahead and spin one. Give me a red and a purple. And a black. I had 2 threats and a black. So red, purple, black.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Ooh. Ooh.
This is what we play for.
Ooh.
This is what we play for.
Oh no.
My God.
So, Call.
Yes.
As this guy calls out to you, and you turn, try to give him the distraction. Oh, good. There's the raiding party. As you say it, the guy, like the Fomorian, is about to turn and go and give the command, give the information. 2 Corestians walk up behind him. And you, unfortunately, recognize these individuals.
And they are?
Just from around camp. It's not a Gassan or anything like that, but you remember them from Karis Fem.
Do they recognize me?
As their eyes go wide and yell out, "Traitor!"
Oh, great.
You can only assume that they do in fact recognize you.
I start booking it.
As we shall.
But hold on, as I do that,
Okay.
I want to. Are there any more torches nearby? Because I want to grab another one, and as I'm running out, I want to torch another tent.
Well, great question. We're gonna have to go to initiative first before that.
Fuck.
All right. So, Call. I'm gonna go say everybody roll this one. Vigilance into your initiative table. And we will do this group. And we will do this
Gosh,
group.
Mitch. Shit. Shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck.
Man, y'all not pushing the right buttons, man.
Shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit,
And then
fuck.
they have a sweet add to initiative button on the table.
Right.
Wait, what?
Did mine get added to initiative?
Let's
No,
see.
whenever you
I did
click your
click it.
dice on the right side, underneath all of the difficulties, it says add to initiative.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had
And
checked
then-
it off.
Oh. Strange.
Perhaps it robbed you.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
1 second.
Vigilance.
I think my computer's having an aneurysm.
Okay.
There it goes. Jesus Christ. That's a
There we
lot of
go. There we
advantage.
go. There we go. There we go. Now we're rolling. That's 4 PC slots. Very good. Okay. Now this is only the immediate groups. And the
The X4 guys.
correct. Need those guys real quick. Should have their stat block. I should have known I would need one of their stat blocks, but God. Imagine, dude. Okay, let's go with. Let's go with these. These will work. This will work for now. Very good. Didn't add me in there either. That's okay. We'll do this. At 0 successes, add them to the end. Okay, so first PC slot. As the camp is starting to come awake, I will say that after the first round concludes, the entire camp will be aware of something going on. So, first PC slot, who wants it?
So we have
I'll take
one
it.
full
Okay.
round to knock these guys out.
All right, call.
I want to I want to do what I said I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Trying to get away, but I'm also grabbing if I can torch another torch, and I want to torch another tent.
All right, hey, that's easy enough. That's easy enough. So that's just movement, object interaction, action.
Yes.
Doesn't take any skills whatsoever. But are we taking off back towards the ridge where you guys were hiding originally?
Yes.
Alright,
And I also what was it? Is it possible to take a strain and make another movement?
You'll take
Take
2
some
strain.
strain.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, perfect.
Okay, very good. So you throw it. You're hoping it's torching, lighting up, and you are hauling ass. You jump back over the barricade with your extra movement. So next PC slot.
I'm waiting to see what the older guys are doing.
Well, they rolled pretty poorly. So
Yeah.
the good news is they'll get to do whatever helps you guys in your plan.
Jukeby, you think you got any kind of concealment device?
I can make battlements.
Anything like a smoke screen, maybe?
I'm gonna turn around and start digging in my backpack as I was gonna say cast, as I use contraption.
Yes.
And I'm gonna pull out what smokes like hell. What smokes like hell? Is a battery fire smoke like hell?
I'll smoke
What
like it.
smokes like hell? I've got an 80-pound bag of brush in my fucking backpack. What can I think of that's gonna make like an incredible lithium?
Hey, anything with a little spark, man.
Oh, okay, I'm just gonna make this. It's gotta be a tube. Wait a minute. Fuck it, dude. I have an old older style battery pack, like a blaster pack that's been retrofitted, and I have a cylinder that is shoved into with a spark at the top of it. You kind of twist it, and then it lights up the battery pack. Starts pissing out smoke out of either end. Let me see. I gotta make the mechanics check actually.
Yes, hard mechanics check.
So Con, could you hold this while I tweak this wire real quick? Give me those fucking boost die, you son of a bitch.
Yes, I can. Absolutely.
You bastards. That's fine. I'm upgrading your mechanics check. Fuck you. Give me red and 2 purples on it. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. All right, so 4 successes. Now it is. Let's see. Intellect, ranks, and mechanics is 3. So what's that? 7 plus successes, so 11. So normally it's damage, but because we're making it a smoke bomb, we're gonna say that as soon as you press this thing, which I'm assuming you probably want to do now.
Oh, I was using contraption instead of improvised detonation.
Oh, yes. Oh, perfect. Never mind then. I was looking at improvised det. Then yes, regardless, that's a great check. I'm going to say you guys, whenever you pop this thing, are you wanting to pop it now?
Yes.
So you pop this thing, and it immediately is like the most rapid fire fog machine, and it smells like that acrid, like acid burning, and you immediately start tearing up around you. But I'm gonna say that you guys will get like to perceive, like to find you in this huge ass smoke screen. They're gonna have for true or total concealment 3 setbacks for this smoke screen. So Jukeby, anything else?
Real call. And that's it.
All right. Next PC slot. As the smoke starts billowing out.
Is the smoke like in front of us, like in between us and Call?
Yes. Yeah. Well, Call is like diving over the the ridge right now. So yes, it's going to be in between you guys and the camp for sure.
I mean, mission accomplished. I think we should just book it.
I think so too.
I'll keep my my VES 700 pulse rifle ready. Just kind of like getting ready to take the what you call it, last in line, like on our like waiting for them to start sprinting, and then I'll follow behind.
All right, so we'll ready that action. Very good, very good. All right, first NPC slot. And I will say this. You can hear Fomarian and Caressian like orders being barked in language, and feet are beginning to like footsteps are beginning to get closer to you guys. But now with the smoke screen up and in retreat, you haven't seen anybody break through it yet. Like, you haven't seen anybody bust through the smoke onto your side yet. That'll be our last PC slot.
I guess that's me. I'm gonna shoot. Shooting through the smoke.
Very good. We'll call it 2 purples and 3 setback die for
Nice.
for the cover from the smoke.
Ooh.
So and any movement as well before
I will advance backwards, I guess.
retreat.
Yeah.
Advance and reverse.
No.
Tactical
Advance.
backwards advancing. So SOCON, you start squeezing rounds of the smoke, dude. You're like, yes. And you're rolling it back. Now, with that, so for the next PC slot, you are going to get some return fire here, buddy.
Thank God.
So, as we're firing, SOCON, whenever you fire, the X4 members all start laying down suppressive fire to retreat as well. You immediately notice something a little bit different. You can hear the depressing of like heavy spring releases, and as you're running, you can hear spears like sticking into the trunks of some of these trees, and then past that, you can start to hear like exceedingly loud cracks of slug throwers going off, and you get grazed right through the arm by a slug, and that is going to be 10 damage pre-soak.
Oh my God! Nice.
So you get
Crap.
Shooting muskets.
SOCON!
They have returned fire! Get out of here! So we'll slide over. We'll go to the X4 guys. Let's see if we can get lucky. They get to make 2 checks here.
Let's go.
Nice, nice, nice. All right. So it gets tactical all of a sudden. So they stay down Oziad, you're waiting to bring up the caboose. They get confirmation, like Sokan yelling out, and they start lancing the smoke. It is just full fire of these red blaster bolts just piercing this smoke cloud, and you're hearing impacts and screams and yells from the other side as you're thinking that people are getting dropped on the other side. But with that, they have their threat, and they will use their movement as well to start retreating into the jungle growth while they're returning fire, and it's surgical. They have like two converging cones from their two groups of four on the side, just sweeping back. You do see one of the Fomorians like bust through the side of the smoke, like with this what looks like a harpoon gun, and then just get absolutely like decleated by like 3 or 4 blaster bolts, just like square center mass as you guys are heading away. Now, are we wanting to, as we hit this next round, as we're retreating into the jungle, are we wanting to continue to try and like guerrilla siege on the way out, or are we cutting and getting the hell out?
I know what Sokan's doing.
Doopy's just worried about retaining forces. Defense first, baby.
Defense wins championships, that's right.
Real. Tell that to the Texans.
Can't get blown out if they don't score any points.
That's right.
Yeah.
I tell my teams that all the time. Hey, if we don't score, we're gonna lose. If they don't score, we're gonna win.
I mean, I think I'm thinking mission accomplished. We should just get out while we're ahead.
Well,
No,
Commander,
we're in their heads now. They're going to be thinking about this every time they set them.
well, Commander Oziad, you're in charge here, buddy.
Oh, yep. Let's order a full retreat.
Okay, so
Mission accomplished. Back to base.
all right. Now, this is what I will need. I think I want. I'm gonna need. Okay, I want to do a duo check here. I want to have 2 rolls here, and then if we need a tiebreaker, we'll do that. But I want a. I'm gonna need a athletics roll from somebody. I'm gonna need a survival roll from somebody. I'll let you know. The
I
X4
have really
guys
good athletics.
have 2 yellows and a green for survival.
I've got 1 yellow and 3 greens for athletics.
Okay.
3 green survival.
Yeah. I mean, I don't suppose I can assist in this.
You absolutely can.
Oh, yeah. I'll assist call.
Okay, so Call, go ahead and give me the athletics check. Now, it is at night.
Okay.
You are rapidly trying to retreat through
Yes.
pretty dense new growth. So,
Yes.
give me an average check,
Okay.
but I want 2 setback die as well. So 2 purples, 2 blacks.
Heard that.
And you
Fuck.
got the 2 boosts.
Fuck it, and I'm spending 1 too. Give me a red, a purple, and
Ah,
2
shit.
blacks. See?
Well, fuck. I already fired off too quick.
Well, shit, roll that motherfucker again. And you forgot your
Alright.
boost die anyways.
Yeah.
2
Come on, squeeze. Hey, come on. Choke the tip a
Try.
little bit, Will. Choke the tip a little
Try.
bit, man. Chub it down a little bit, man.
We're
Alright.
edgers, not gooners.
2 setbacks, a boost, 2 purples, right?
1 purple, 1
Boosts.
red. 2 setbacks.
One-
and,
purple,
and
one
2
red.
boosts.
And 2
2
boosts.
boosts. Okay.
2 boosts.
All right. There we go.
Hey, nice.
Let's
So,
go.
Call, with you and Ozed's help, you guys are, calling angles, calling fallen stuff, calling little burrs and stuff like that, and we are able to keep retreating. Now, the sounds of those A280s are not stopping. So you think the X4 guys are still running, turning back every now and again whenever they find some cover and letting off some rips to try and keep any pursuit, if there is any, as of yet.
I'm up, they see me, I'm down.
Exactly. So, go ahead. Somebody give me that survival check.
Not me. Actually, it could be me.
I got 3 greens.
I
You're
got
like 5.
5 green.
Well, the X4 can assist you on this. They have 2 yellows.
Nice.
Go ahead,
All right.
SoCon. Go ahead and roll that bad boy.
Would you say the difficulty was?
Let me double check. This is going to be a contested check. This is going to be 2 reds. Oh, wait, hold on.
Nice.
Wrong one. This is going to be... Ooh, 2 reds and a purple.
Nice. Step
Fuck
X.
it. Fuck it. Give me 3 reds.
Amen.
Actually, yes. Give me 1 setback just for the nighttime. Give me 1 setback.
Okay. All right. We got them. Spinning them. Boom.
Smoke them if you got them.
Let's fucking go.
Ooh, okay. So the athletics check was hey, we swept it 2-0. Good. The athletics check was for our actual movement. The survival check is to not leave many traces behind. So, with that in mind, what would you like your triumph to be as that you guys are effectively... I mean, there'll be broken branches and stuff like that, but there will not be anything that directly leads on a clear, smooth sailing path. What would you like your triumph to be?
Ooh, maybe I give him two blood marks close together, but in a, we're going this way, and I just mark 2 trees as if we're going that way. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Misdirection. Send them in the wrong
Absolutely. Give him a
direction.
little misdirection. Yes.
I don't know if that's intentional, but
Hey, triumphs work in mysterious ways.
I think this is the first time SoCon's ever gotten fucking shot.
The good thing, the adrenaline's pumping right now. Now that bicep's probably burning, but still. Yeah. All right. And with that, now it is it's probably a tense 90 minutes as eventually like the blast of fire starts to fall off as you are putting plenty of ground. And it seems like whatever scouts eventually have too much distance between your squad and them. So the quiet of the jungle returns. You guys are still hoofing it, but it doesn't seem like there's any slope thrower cracks or harpoon guns or anything like that as you guys retreat. And now you guys are breach the edge of the jungle to return. Now here you have a little bit of a the jungle doesn't go right up to the retaining wall. You have a little bit of a killing field, if you will, from the edge of this thicker growth to the edge of town. I'll say it's about 100 foot, 30 yards to the edge of town, to the edge of the algae farm. You guys, skedaddle on out. So, I'll say probably now, all said and done, probably about 3-4 a.m. So, but it's it's late in the morning. But SoCon, I will say, it is starting to hurt.
Mm. I walk up to Jukeby. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you guys want to do anything else on the edge of the jungle, or do we want to turn it in? Try and go set up and just prepare for what might be coming pretty rapidly now.
Definitely set up. I'm walking up to Jukeby. Jukeby, can you help me? Don't tell my dad.
Oh, crap. Oh, get over here. It's right there. Jesus Christ. Right. Get in the bush. No, stay right here. I'm gonna go see which one of the X4 members has bandaged. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna shrug off and see if we didn't happen with a medic.
Oh, dude, they're like, fuck, they're like high fiving. they're like, oh, just someone was like, oh, I think I pulled a hemi back there. Oh,
Oh my god.
man, that was just, man. You remember Arda 1? Oh, that felt just like that. Oh man,
Hey, SoCon got shot. I need to
SoCon got shot.
Shut
Ozian, are you paying attention?
Yeah.
I would say you definitely hear one of your X4, one of your old buddies definitely exclaim that your son has been shot.
Yeah.
Oh, where is he? He starts pulling, like, reaching back behind his belt, pops one of the little clasps open, pulls one of those quick back to patches out. Where's he at?
Oh, look, right here. I got it. I'll bring it to him. Just...
Hell, watch out! Come here, kid. Where you at? Quit bleeding all over the place.
Creep up, hand over it.
Let me see. He grabs it, like gnarled old human hand, or I say gnarled. It's gnarled, maybe not so old, but just grips right under like the tricep where it was bleeding, and it's he's like, oh, that's right on through. Like, thanks for that. Oh, missed the bone. That's good news. Here, hold on to this. Rips color, smacks it on there, makes sure it's nice and sealed. All right. Hey, kid, that's a big honor.
Does it always hurt this bad?
Oh, worse. You know, the slug thrower, it has there's something to be said about it. You know, if it's not center mass, you know, pass right through you, leave this nice little gullet, you know, it's not too bad. But, oh, man, you get hit by an E11? Let me tell you, kid, it's way worse. Nothing like having a hole in you get instantly cauterized. Oh! And, it hurts like nothing else. This one's just going to sting for a little while.
This makes me feel better.
And let me see. Let me go ahead and make this. Was that over halfway of your wounds, SoCon?
Yes.
Okay, so
By one.
Okay. Oh, nice. Well, hey, you'll get what's their intellect as a group? So hey, like all of them come over there, like patting you, like they're showing you like old scars and stuff like that. But let's see, that intellect 2. So you will get 3 wound threshold back right now.
Nice. Whew.
And Oziaz just kind of standing, like right right on the other side of him. And he puts a hand. You okay? Arm still works, right?
Yeah, I think so. You know, do the little kid thing where make it look like it's moving, but I'm not actually moving it. Mom's gonna kill me.
I mean, we don't have to tell her everything.
Your mom's a much better shot than they were.
You infiltrated a camp, Sokan.
It did fairly well.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Hey, speaking of, why did that guy not just stab you whenever you walked up?
I was hiding.
Oh, you have 8 sets of eyes all look towards you from them being like,
It's an academy thing.
oh, right. You can do that?
To some people. I do it sometimes whenever I get into the skim runner bays. If there's only one guard.
Right.
We're looking at the guy.
You know, you shouldn't do that. Oh, yeah, you told them he shouldn't do that, right?
But in this case, it was a good use. The fuel's important.
Right. Okay. Well, hey, let's go get a couple pots of calf on, huh? I don't think any of these us old blood. Well, I don't think we'll be sleeping tonight.
Ooh, can I have some?
Nah, that's up to your dad.
Yeah, I mean, successful mission. Kid deserves a treat.
So we'll get a quick jump cut to the little forward operating base room, and they do have like the stem calf couple pots on in there, like the wire. It's very ramshackle, just all kind of random assortments of cups. And they say, hey, we probably won't be sleeping tonight. They have like their cups in, and they're all like old man sleeping on, kind of like resting on Tyler's hand.
I'm just fucking vibrating.
Okay.
All right. Well, is there anything you guys want to touch on at the base, or before the sun comes up?
Did we manage to hear exactly what the pattern was for the recall for the horn? Or was it just horn blast?
I'd say they blew it twice for sure.
Okay. Make a mental note of that.
That's it.
I guess so.
All right. Well, before the big battle, do you guys want to go ahead and call it there for tonight? I know it is 10:20.
Yeah.
And we added an extra phase on, so the real mass combat will start as our next encounter, effectively. So,
Yes.
okay,
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Well, hey, we will go ahead and call it there tonight then. Very good. I will go ahead and say this. Have we spent XP on these guys in a while or no?
No.
Okay, well, let's do this. Well, Call, you have 30 available, so,
I've been saving him.
Okay, good. So let's do this. I'll go ahead. I like to hand them out at the end of arcs, but I'll go ahead and sprinkle you guys a little 10. Just a little snack. So I'll sprinkle you a little 10 XP
Hey.
for a successful adding on to my plans for the session.
Totals.
So,
Yeah.
Totals.
yeah,
Totals.
update your totals, update your available.
I have Sapper. KO.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for watching. This has been another episode of Sunstriders. Join us next time as the Fomorian / Shale Striker / Caressian / Brothers of the Waves attack party descends on the first line of defense of Point Riptide and one of the major food processing places, food production places for the entire city. We've seen force of their army, and you know, our friends are gonna have to work pretty hard and overcome some pretty large odds, but I'm sure they can do it. Thank you. Catch us next time. Goodbye.